We are now being joined by Nathan Paul, Southern Operations Director at the Eyewitness Project. He is joining us live from Naples in Italy. Welcome to WION, Mr. Paul. First up, Iran. The Iranian foreign minister clearly said that the door for diplomacy is not on the table right now after US struck Iran, the 3 nuclear sites. What kind of response can we expect from Iran at this point of time, because the ball's clearly in Tehran's court?
Iran will need to make some kind of strike back against Israeli or US targets, but it is possible that they will not want to escalate this conflict. It's possible that Iran, the United States, and even to a lesser extent, Israel are all wanting to avoid this conflict significantly escalating. So Iran could look to use their proxies to attack US targets in the region, which would alleviate some of their responsibility by engaging in those strikes. They could also look at attacking sites like the Chagos Islands, perhaps, where the bunker buster bombs are able to launch attacks on Iran from. If they did target somewhere like that, they might decide actually to limit damage to hit infrastructure that would not have American casualties, or at least limit the amount of casualties, or again try to use the proxy groups if they wanted to expand beyond the Middle East.
Right, Mr. Paul. There seems to be some technical glitch
in Latin America. This would allow for there to be some kind of response.
Right, Mr. Paul.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. With Iran clearly saying it reserves the right to respond, do you think the United States of America perhaps calculated the ramifications? Because clearly targeting 3 nuclear sites does not essentially mean an end of Iran's nuclear program. And we need to also tell the viewers what Iran is saying. Iran has clearly said that not much damage has been done, and that the enrichment and all of that from nuclear sites were evacuated before the US strikes. At this point of time, it's also important to mention that there are 45,000 US personnel in West Asia. So did the United States of America actually calculate the ramifications of its strikes on Iran?
You're right that this will not alleviate all of Iran's nuclear capabilities. Far from it. There's actually a lot of enriched uranium that was in Eastern hands before, which is most likely to be moved. That's what the Iranians claim, and that's likely to be the truth. This seems to be more likely a gesture from the US that they are willing to strike Iran, that they are backing up Israel, and it shows some kind of strength to Trump's words that he's willing to take action. But Trump does not want this to escalate into a never-ending war. He campaigned on becoming president without never-ending wars in the Middle East for Netanyahu, because they have now got the United States to back them, and if everyone begins to teeter away, then this allows for each party to try to save face. But within that, Iran will need to make some kind of strike. And again, that could be somewhere like the Chagos Islands, it could be maritime targets, or it could use their proxies to attack some of those 40,000 US troops within the Middle East region.
All right, I do want to talk to you about whether Israel will continue attacking Iran. But first, you're joining us live from Italy. What about Europeans? How are they reacting to the US strikes on Iran? Because clearly just a day ago, the Iranian officials and the European officials were on the diplomacy table, and then we see US striking Iran. So what kind of reactions are you gathering from Europe?
Many European leaders and governments are coming out with really similar lines, which is we cannot allow Iran to have a nuclear weapons program, but at the same time are varying in their levels of condemnation for the clear breach of international law that is being committed here by the United States. So you have a situation where many of the US's traditional closest allies clearly know that this is quite dangerous behavior, is essentially quite unprovoked, as Iran and the US were both in negotiations just about 10 days ago. So you have a situation where they're trying to show some kind of solidarity to the United States, while also trying to signal that they understand the severe risks that Donald Trump has placed the entire region in by conducting these attacks.
Right. My final question to Mr. Paul, how about Israel? Do you think Israel will now stop striking Iran? Because all this while, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wanted America's involvement in the war. And the latest coming in is also that Bibi clearly said that the three nuclear sites which Israel wanted to strike and wanted to dismantle has now been achieved.
Yeah, he could try to claim this as some kind of victory. He could say that three main nuclear sites have been attacked, and they got you like a clear victory for
right.
government. But you can never predict what Netanyahu is going to do. If he was smart, he would use that as a good distraction from the clear violations of international law and further occupation and military strikes.
All right.
War crimes in Gaza. Always very, very difficult to predict the behaviour of Netanyahu, Trump, or the regime.